Welcome to Washed Up Podcast. You ain't what you used to be, but you in position to be who you destined to be. To get close and personal, thank you for blessing us with your time. To be tuned into our time, so we can be a constant beat in your mind. Washed Up.
All right, so I got a question for you fellas. Besides infidelity, name 3 things that could cause a relationship to fail. And when I mean fail, meaning like it has gotten to the point where it has caused separation. That's it. Both go your separate ways. Whether it was on a good note or a bad note. What are 3 things that you can think of that's like the main situations or occurrences or whatever to happen in relationships that can cause it to fail?
Well, for me, number one, I would start off by saying communication. I mean, if you can't communicate in a relationship, whether it's the good or the bad, I mean, especially the bad, I mean, it's gonna go downhill. I want to know how you feel, what you think, and all that type of stuff. I want to know when you feel like I'm messing up. I want to know when you think you're messing up. Like, let's communicate. Let's talk about it. Don't hold your feelings in until 2 or 3 days later, and I'm walking around the house trying to figure out what's wrong, or vice versa. I don't want you walking around the house 2 or 3 days trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Let's communicate and try to get to the bottom of this thing and see what we can do.
That's real. To me, don't act like I don't exist because you're mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you in your feelings. Don't come in this house and walk by me. That's a real pet peeve of mine. Like, at the end of the day, you can be mad. You ain't got to give me no lustful hug or no lustful kiss. You know what I'm saying? But I'm mad with you, but I love you, baby. And keep it moving. That's a real huge one for me. That can hurt my relationship. When a person act like another person don't exist because they're in their feelings or they don't want to be bothered or something like that.
Because we're in this thing together. I mean, why would you ignore me?
I think too, what it always stem back to, there's a protective mechanism that we create when we young, and we carry those same things over into adulthood and into the relationship. Basically, we have to mature and grow out of that. You have to mature, because I'm not to be pointing, you just say me, myself, or whoever, certain things that I may have did as a child that made me comfortable to deal with something. I can't look at it as, okay, this is my norm because I'm comfortable with it and it causing friction in my relationship now. You need to address that, and we'll need to correct that thing, whatever it may be. If I'm doing that too, like, man, shit, I don't want to be bothered, so move, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me. I don't want you saying that. You already seen how we're looking.
We can't have those times though, right? We're not supposed to. In a relationship, we're not supposed to have those times, right?
What you mean? What you mean when you say
like, because I'm going back to me. Like, I'm saying, like, I want to communicate. I can't sit up here and just tell you not to talk to me right now. I understand let me see how I can say it. I will say, hey, baby, let me get a few minutes to myself, quick. I don't want that to go for so long, because then they're going to get in their feelings, and at the end of the day, and I'm speaking about me, like, shit, once her feelings take over, it's a wrap.
But that's the key. You told the person that you needed that time. A lot of the times we don't tell nobody. We want somebody to read our mind. Well, you seen how I was looking. You knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? And now if we do it the right way, I mean, to say that, I don't know if it's let's say that can be a most efficient, a more better way, a more useful way, a productive way to verbally instruct or inform this person what it is, what state we in, and why we feel that, hey, this is not a good time to attack this issue. I'm gonna need a little bit more time, boo. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the emotional state to communicate with you effectively at this time, because I'm in an emotional state.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed up what you said. I saw some on YouTube where a female was saying she was talking about emotional intelligence. Even though they might express their feelings, she was saying how women fail to express theirs as well. Cause like just like Joe, you saying you got a unit on or whatever, and T, you saying like, hey, I don't know what's going on in your mind or whatever, because it might have been something I did that I don't know that's pissing you off, and you walk around here ignoring me or whatever the case may be. And but what she was saying is women expect men to be like, I know how she feeling, so let me adjust accordingly, and it should be the other way around. Like she was saying for herself, like I should put myself in my man's point of view and be like, you know what, he don't know what's going on. I can't be mad at him and take it out on him, and he don't know how to fix it because he don't know what's wrong, period. So let me digress and tell him what's on my mind or whatnot. But I'm gonna put on as far as one of mine, I'm gonna say false hope is one of my reasons. False hope is, it's like a lot of things. If you ever notice, when we get into relationships, and this can be on men and women, we get into a relationship thinking that this person, I'm gonna say potential. We look at this person with so much potential, but they don't never
reach it.
They never reach what we desire or what we want them to do or be or whatever. And to me, it's like that's ignoring red flag. So, and I think we get to the point where like, I don't know if this is an age thing or maturity thing, but we ignore those red flags because we feel like we can change people or we can mold them. I'm gonna give this person some time to be the person that I want to be, and I'm gonna do things to this person or tell them things or whatnot, and it's still just never pan out, and so we stay in this unhealthy relationship because the signs are there, the red flags are there, but you forcing it now. So I think that could be one of the reasons why why a relationship can fail.
A person not meeting your ideal of them.
Yeah, because when Joe was saying his thing of a soulmate, what he think a soulmate is, to me, when you start talking like that, you have this list of what you want your mate to have or whatnot. And I don't think we should have standards. Okay. Yeah, we should have standards. However, we should have realistic, expectations as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we just focus on the main important things that would help us grow as a person and help us grow as a family, if you decide to have a family, I think that's what you need to focus on instead of all the extra stuff, because I think it's either gonna come or it don't, so it's almost like everybody gonna have a flaw or two, and what Q might disagree with, I might be okay with, like, oh, I don't care about that, you know what I'm saying? But that's you.
So how we determine what's realistic and what's not?
Same thing.
It's a good question. I would say tangible things such as
go deeper.
Let's say
ain't nobody never told him that before.
That's stupid, man.
Man. Nice one. Let's say I'm gonna just put something superficial. Let's say a person don't have a college degree, but they expect that mate to have a corporate job that demands that degree, and then the person don't want to go to school to pursue a degree or whatever. So obviously they basically telling you they not gonna be able to get in this corporate position that you want them to be in or whatnot. So that's not tangible. That's not, realistic. You can't force that on that person if that's not their desires. You can't. So there we go. You can't force desires that you want out of life on that person. Oh, I want you to be a gardener. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a gardener. I want to be a teacher, whatever.
So what's the difference between that and a supporter? Like somebody that's pushing you, they're a driven person, and they see that, you know, you're a person that's not not assertive or is not driven, but they have those qualities and they trying to give you assistance with that.
I can push you and I can support you is how you need me to support. I can't overstep my boundaries. Like if I keep reminding you of things, or if it's something that you want to do, but I can't force something on you. Like, okay, I might say you got the potential to be a doctor because you smart and you know a lot of stuff medically, but if that ain't that person's, you know, desire to be a doctor, I can't keep saying you should try it though. I think you can, you know, I'm trying to support you to do that, and I put up the money for you to go to school and all that. I'm trying to support, but if that person don't have it in them, you know, you don't want to do too much and force it on the person. Nah, the person gonna get angry with you because you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And if you get mad about that, you know, that might be that red flag for you, for that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I thought this person was on something else, but I'm you know, I see they ain't, but I see the potential though. I want them to be this, that, and the other. But so if they don't.
So the problem really is the individual that's selecting somebody talking about they seeing the potential.
Correct. Also,
because basically you shouldn't be trying to be with somebody because you see the potential. You should be trying to be with somebody because you love who they are.
Exactly.
Now, you know what I'm saying? And if you get into a situation, you trying to be in a relationship with somebody, you see the potential. You know what I'm saying? You set yourself for what is called a spiraling, failure. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Sometimes the person on the other end could be playing games and could be saying like, yeah, you know what, I am thinking about, you know, going to school and being a doctor, knowing darn well they don't want to do that, but they just want to get with that person though. You know what I'm saying? And then once they get with them, you know, and they got them, you know, now, you know, they done switched up, changed tactics or whatever. So I mean, it could be games played both ways, but at the same time, like I said, if you see them red flag, don't hold on to it because you got false hope, thinking that they gonna change, or thinking they gonna change, but really that's who they was in the beginning.
Well, again, it comes back to the individual. I don't think it may not be red flags, right?
I'm saying for that individual, it is, because remember, they have a certain expectation on that person.
And but if they have that, then the red flag is themselves from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. False hope.
But it's not that person. If you centering like what that person does for you, if you go to placing those expectations on that person, you get what I'm saying?
I'm in the ingredients. That's what I'm saying. The person who's putting the expectation is in the wrong, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. They have false hopes on someone else. That's what I'm saying.
So it won't be no red flags of them not, whether they do it or not. The red flag is that you going into a relationship like that.
Correct. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you can't say that because this person pushing this person and they showing you that they pulling away when you push, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a red flag. No, the red flag is you for having this idea. You went into this situation playing anyway. So what you gonna get back? The situation with the person playing right back to you.
Right.
So this is the mirror reflection that happen if you go into a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you genuinely just love the person and you do see the qualities that this person have, you know, and you got skills that you possess that you try to push them to also possess, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people benefit from that also. Like it's a yin and yang. It's a positive aspect to it too. That push, like, damn, but if it wasn't for my wife, boy, shit, I probably still would have been over here at whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need that. You know what I'm saying? You probably been in a situation that you didn't have somebody that was, supportive and pushing you and encouraging you and, covering you with highest, most expectations to drive further and further in life. You probably didn't have that. Then you experience that, and that makes you, go further. But then in another situation, you probably could be in a state that you balling up because you may have been told something and that it wasn't good enough. So you're afraid to take that leap. But to sum it up, I just feel like there's what it is a person not being accountable if they try to say, oh yeah, that's a red flags. Because this person ain't do such and such. No, you went in there playing games and you getting games played back right with you. Mm-hmm. You got just what you is. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't coming here because you love the qualities that I have as a human being, you respect the qualities, like it'll be icing on the cake. Dang, I would love if this, but if this don't happen, I still love this person.
Right. Q, what's one of your reasons?
I'll start off with what I was kind of talking about offline, and that's moving in life at different speeds. I think people, I'll just say, I think sometimes the highs of when you first meet somebody, is so good that you don't really see the incompatibility until that high is settled down. You know what I'm saying? And then you get into life, and now you're constantly trying to improve in your career, and then the person you're with is in an unfulfilling job. So that can cause issues in a relationship, because now you got one person whose social circle changes, their interests change, they're doing things different than what they did when y'all first got together. Your life is still the same. You still at the same job. You're not getting promoted. Your social circle is the same. You know what I mean? And then maybe you don't prioritize. It's probably going more to incompatibility than moving at a different speed, but maybe you prioritize working on your career more, and the other person prioritize that free time. You know what I'm saying? You thinking, hey, we need to be focused on this, and the other person thinking, well, we need to go on vacation and relax too. I think it's a lot of, like I said, I hate saying a lot of people, but I think people tend to get caught up in life, and when they first get with somebody, that 2-3 years down the line, you just not realizing that y'all really not that compatible. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you got a left foot, they got a left foot, and y'all walking in circles. You know what I'm saying? You can never come to an agreement when it's time to make a decision about the family or make a decision about the future. You could never come into agreement with it because y'all look at things different. But you never noticed this at first because we was going out to eat, we was going on vacations, we was partying together, we was doing all of this stuff when we first met, and never really took the time to look at each other and say, hey, how compatible are we? You know what I'm saying? But then you don't notice it until, like you say, like I said, a new career comes about, or a goal that you have, and you realize this person that you're with they cannot meet you where you need them to be while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that takes a long time to recognize that?
Yeah, because I think it's a lot of camouflages in it. It's a lot of camouflage, not necessarily negative, but like, how many people, you meet somebody, and then within a year or two, they have a baby. So now the only focus is the baby. The baby got to go to school. The baby got to go to the doctor. The baby got to do this. You find yourself caught up in life now. So you still never really can see the person. You really never learned the person. You just jumped into life with them, and wondering why some dissatisfaction times within yourself, or doubt or whatever, because you never took the time to really look at this person. It was always a camouflage of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And I think people get in relationships and be together for 7 years, 6 years, and still be incompatible. You know what I'm saying? And it's maybe you feel like, okay, this is my partner, or you give them grace because you have a kid with them. You give them grace because you have a life with them. But you can still be incompatible. Y'all could just be living together, taking care of a kid, paying bills, and not supposed to be together. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I think that's a hard thing to look at, because you don't want to look at the person that you sleep with every night and you're in the house with every night and say, you know, we really ain't compatible. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that settling?
Well, yes. Me personally, you know, I think everybody's settled anyway. I mean, I think everybody's settled. Because you tailor yourself to be who the person you with. You know, you tailor yourself to them. It's a sucky position to be in, but I think people do that because depending on age, depending on the social pressure that their friends are, you know, have on them, the family has on them. So you tailor yourself to be who you think this person wants you to be, and you can't really be yourself. So I think, I'm not saying everybody does that, but I'm saying, hey, unless you dated 300 people, yeah, you settle for a person that, you know what, this person checks off pretty much my boxes. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with them. I think I'm gonna go through life with them. But could you do better? Yeah. I think everybody I feel like could do better. Let's be realistic. Like, not saying you have to try to, or you go through life wondering if you could do better. But if you've only dated 5 girls in your whole life, did you settle? Yeah. Like it's not a bad thing. Go through life and how we go through life. I just think everybody settles because you get to a point where, say, you know what, I'm tired of doing these life habits that I were doing. I'm tired of going to the club. I'm tired of finding girls here or finding girls there. So then you find somebody who you say, dang, she ain't like everybody else was. So we think, men tend to think that they special. They say this, like, and I don't know, it might sound negative or whatever, but like, you mean to tell me all these other dudes in your life fumbled you? All these other dudes in your life was messed up, and I got lucky. I'm the one who got lucky and found you. So yeah, I feel like everybody settled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be honest, it ain't a bad thing. It just depends on where you at in life. Like, you going, all right, they're cool. They're a good person. They clean. They're a good mother. They you know what I'm saying, got good family values. You know, like, it ain't nothing wrong with settling. It is what it is.
Yeah, you beat me to what I was finna ask you, because I mean,
go ahead.
For a minute, no, because for a minute it sound like we's trying to say settling. You know, settling is bad, and I think how you ask, Dirt, do you think it's bad? I mean, because Q answered it, he said
is the way he make it sound. I'm gonna say it sounds like a yin and a yang, because I'm about to ask, like, if they checking off all your boxes like you said, then how is that settling? Because some of them boxes is going to be stuff that makes you happy.
But it's basic. It's basic checks. It's basic checkoffs is what I'm saying. Like, our level of the surface level of stuff that we look forward to in a person,
be like, just to be satisfied. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's like the basic stuff. Like the men, you know, we say we want the peace. So you say, if she ain't nagging, you know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody, you gonna tell them everything that you need them to know that you feel like gonna make you happy. You know what? I just need somebody that ain't bitching, that ain't nagging, that's driven in life. I'm gonna give you the blueprint to make my simple ass happy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the opposite sex may do that too. They tell you, all right, all the bad stuff that happened to them in their past relationship. So what I do, even if I'm not capable of being so much better than your ex-boyfriend, I'm gonna just not do those things that you told me he did. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to the conditional or unconditional love, or whatever you want to call it. It's like, all right, you know what? He paid bills. He's a good father. He makes decent money. You know what? It's pretty good. It's okay. Like, maybe I'll go with him. And like, the settling part is not a bad. I don't think it's bad, T. I think it's just safe. It's a safe thing for people to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think that should be the ultimate goal for people to do. To me, I think that's what you want to, where you want to be.
You want to live comfortable.
You want to be comfortable. You want to be settled. That's, you know what I'm saying? When when you get a home, you want to be settled. You don't want to be moving from house to apartment to house to house to house. You know what I'm saying? You want to find a place where you station.
Yeah. And I know that makes people feel comfortable though. Like you say, not cutting you out, but yeah, I believe that you should be comfortable. But I think humans move better when they comfortable. Like you make better decisions when you comfortable, but learning, I say for me being uncomfortable makes me learn a lot more about myself. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily relationship situations or whatever, but when you're uncomfortable, you learn a lot about yourself. It's easy to sit at a table and make decisions. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't easy when you don't have a house and to still make decisions.
Before I forget, let me cut you off, Q.
Yeah.
So you think it's more possible for a person that's moving, like a person that's moving around, to learn about themselves than a person that's sitting still?
I'm not saying it's easier. I'm saying it's easier to make rational decisions when you're comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Let's go whatever, financial, whatever. When you got $20,000 in your bank account, it's easy for you to make decisions financially. But if you only got $500 in your bank account, you're going to question a lot of stuff. You're not going to make those decisions as fast as you would. So that's why I'm saying sometimes when you uncomfortable,
So what you saying, like for what you saying with the person that's not thinking about it, they actually not dealing with the issues or the problems, or actually even learning anything about themselves because they have the equity or they have the funds to not do so.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really that person, let's just say I put that in the same situation as the person that's moving around. A person that's moving around could be constantly avoiding things that they really do need to learn about themselves, that they constantly moving. They constantly on a pace, but a person that have to sit still, or to that example that you gave with the person that probably got $500, that really have to sit still and make precise, direct decisions about how they spend their funds. That person is learning a lot more on how they should be managing their funds than the person that got 20. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
But no, I didn't want to bring it like totally that way to like financial. I just brought that up, but like I feel like you about yourself when I don't say learn about yourself. I'll say this: when you're comfortable, you get complacent. I'm gonna say majority of people when they comfortable, they get complacent. It's like saying like, okay, I got a nice job. Now, when you were in high school, what you thought was a nice job is whatever a person thought. I got a nice job. I'm married. Whatever things that you thought was life fulfilling, you get those things, and then just kind of chill. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Yeah, like people chill. So like when you don't have that, me personally, since I don't have that, I feel more. I'm not saying if I was married and all that stuff, I wouldn't be motivated, but I feel like there's a difference in myself in uncomfortable situations where now I see things different because I don't have to take somebody else in consideration or take things in consideration. So I just feel like when you're comfortable, it's not easier. I hate to use the word easier. I just think that you're more inclined to make decisions based off being comfortable than you are when you're uncomfortable.
I think you're saying the right thing, but I think the examples and the vision and how you landing is kind of different. It's off to me because I think a person that's moving around can be comfortable with moving away from things than the person that's sitting still. Like what you saying, it goes with it, but I just see it in reverse. I see it like that person actually sitting still, you know, actually have to deal with stuff than the person that constantly stay moving, thinking that that's placing them in an uncomfortable position, but that's not really putting them in an uncomfortable position because they keep moving or they don't have to face a certain position. I was
just gonna say, you think they're running away from it, T?
You constantly running away from it. So a person can think that they're, you know, because there's a mixture, there's a movement, it seems like there's motion being involved, meaning that most probably may not take that chance to travel here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess start this career, do this career, or whatever, you know, and that person complacent because they're not willing to leap and take, you know, a chance, take a leap of faith to do X, Y, and Z. Like in a person that, from what you were saying, that's complacent and they're not really trying to do anything to, you know, improve their situation, right? Now, when you kind of minimize it to certain specifics and you break it down, you know, then that can be a reverse situation. You know what I'm saying? That in a career wise, that person is what you saying. I agree. That person can be looked at as being comfortable, you know, complacent, and they're stagnant and not willing to do anything, right? It can be looked at in that example also. But I also think a person is placed, just say, okay, we use it as relations, a person that is with somebody that place them in a position to be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? That person is going to help you see yourself and learn more about yourself than you running away from that person that you feel like is, oh, this is a toxic situation because they keep making me feel invulnerable. I got to get away from this situation. That person running away from things that they need to fix, to me. You know what I'm saying? No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I got you. I agree on that part. But like, let's say we going to say to bring it back towards what Dirk initially asked, like when it comes to, you know, relationships, I don't want to get too far for that. But like, I just feel like when one person is complacent, and go back to the unfulfilling job part, that can be detrimental to a relationship because you see one person striving to be better and striving to accomplish things and be with a person that's not that. It'll be a termite. Like we said, it'll be a termite to a relationship because they might be okay being in that position and they move better being in that position. Like, you know what? I'm cool. I've been working here for 30 years. I'm all right with what I'm doing. And the other person saying, well, you know what? Whatever opportunities came to them, they've been jumping at. They might leave a job they've been at for 5 years and go try another job for a year or 2 years because their vision of where they want their family or where they want their life might be different than the person they with. So I think that comes down to incompatibility issues because, you know, maybe a person is only going to see as far as they've seen when they was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like if they never seen anybody go off and be anything, that's the furthest they ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like most I ever seen was a doctor. Grow up and think, okay, well, if I become a doctor, then that's the most I can do, you know? But just to go back to it, I think incompatibility issues could be a big reason why, you know, relationships don't work out. But I think it's so much stuff that goes on in a relationship that people can be together for years and never really know that they incompatible because they bring in so much stuff. You buy a house together, you have kids together, you start a business together, and it's a whole bunch of stuff, and then like they never really see it until later on and too late.
Distraction.
And you know what, Q? I was gonna say one of my other reasons I say that a relationship fail is outside influences, and that right there leads right into it. So like family, friends, finance, anything that can obscure your decision making when it comes to your relationship. You know, sometimes it could be like I could speak on my last relationship, seeing how the family, how they was moving, and I didn't even really realize that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like kind of blind or whatever, just caught up in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until grace of God got me up out of that. But when it was over, that's when I started seeing like, well, I'm glad I was out of that, because you know that outside influence was going to be the detriment of me. You know what I'm saying? And but the safer part is like what you just said, as far as buying a house together, you know, having kids or whatever, like stuff that's not really planned and stuff that is planned, but it's a distraction. It's not, you're not seeing the incompatibility that you was just talking about or whatever. So that's crazy.
Right? And trust issues. I mean, I'll go and throw my other one out there. Trust issues. I think when you have trust issues, not because a person gave you a reason to, but when you just have trust issues in yourself, and you tend to fact check everything somebody say to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like you insecure in yourself, so you fact check every single thing that this person tells you, and you like, hey, why you always, you know what I'm saying? You're like, it's almost like it's like they're trying to find a reason for it not to work. You know what I'm saying? Sabotaging it, like self-sabotaging it, where you're like, dang, like, oh, you told me you was gone, or constantly looking in your phone, or making assumptions based on things they've been through, and they project that onto you, and have you thinking like, dang, am I? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got a phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a phone. I'd been around a girl where my phone was down like this on the table, and that's a trigger. That was a trigger to them. Like, oh, you must be hiding something. You know what I'm saying? You might be, or you must be hiding something, or you don't want nobody. You know what I'm saying? And in actuality, I'm giving you respect. I'm trying to put all my attention on you, so I don't want any distractions while I'm sitting here having dinner with you. But your insecurities and your trust issues are had you thinking this man trying to hide something, and that becomes, people be having red flags that ain't even there. You see what I'm saying? They'll make up red flags like, dang, this ain't.
I was just gonna say makeup.
They'll make them up. So it's almost like, I think people, or sometimes I feel like people go through so much trauma in past relationships for incompatibility reasons or whatever reasons, that when every person that they meet, they self-sabotage it before you could even show them anything. They find reasons why it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And them trust issues will really get to you, like, for whatever reason. It's trust. It's like, that might be one of the top 3 reasons why I think relationships don't make it, because of what you've been through. It's hard for people to heal. You know what I'm saying? Like T always talking about, it's hard for people to heal themselves or whatever, like, because past trauma, that it hurts. And I understand it hurts. I'm sure I've gave somebody some past trauma. I know for a fact I have. You know what I'm saying? But also, they got to heal on their own. I can't do that for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I taught them something, or maybe they taught me something, saying, you know what? Maybe you got to be a little more fragile with people's experiences or whatever it is. But trust issues, you cannot bring them into any relationship, because if you do, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's career, whether it's friendship, you cannot have trust issues, because you're never going to give the person a fair chance, and you're going to always find a reason not to deal with them, not to make the deal, not to buy this, not to do this. You're going to always have a reason to. And I think no matter what has happened to you in your life, what has happened to your people, let's just say on that level, if I'm a black man and I've been hurt by a white man in whatever aspect of my life, I cannot continue on the rest of my life not trusting a white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't do it. Like, because I'm never going to give them a fair shake, whether it's black, it can be black, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just cannot go through life not trusting people. And now if they hurt you, or if they prove that they go against you, then that's one thing. But you did your part. You gave them the opportunity to let you down. And that's what you gotta do in a relationship.
Dirk had asked the question too, me to backtrack. He said, how long does it take to identify when you're in a relationship when you ain't compatible? And I say, my answer to that is that what happened is that how long it takes you to reveal yourself in the relationship. It goes to what you were just saying. So the faster you get into a relationship and you go to revealing yourself, meaning you get in that relationship being vulnerable, which is pain, sharing your pain or hurt to that person, they will feel comfortable to do that to you as well. And a lot of times we get in there performing. So we're not really learning each other and we're not really understanding each other. And we going through all these distractions. Only want to experience the good times. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Don't want to work through.
Yeah. I don't want to show you that I was uncomfort at this moment here because you might leave. You might not accept my reaction on how I feel passionate about the situation at this time, and I hold back. But another time later on, I won't hold back. But now we probably 3 years in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of us, you know, even me, did that being in a relationship like, dang, as a whole, growing to trying to mature as a man. When if I meet new people, I stay reserved. It's like certain shit that I snap with my partners about, but it's new people saying some old foolishness, I'm gonna stay reserved because it's like this person may not take it as well if I really tell them how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm performing. I'm not really showing them my true self. I'm staying reserved. I'm observant. I'm watching, you know, X, Y, and Z. But in my head, I'm also like, damn, I'm a dog. Like, this person may not take this well, or this person may feel offended, or this person may, you know what I'm saying? It can go left, not knowing that it's really coming from a good place. You know, if I'm trying to critique you, or if I'm trying to say, hey, man, that shit was dumb as hell. Huh? That's what you over there doing X, Y, and Z. Now that shit wasn't cute. Woo, 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 woo. That ain't nigga who you know. So I mean, we go through that. Go back to me. A lot of times with me in my situation, I didn't want to reveal because I was afraid that, again, it may be intimidating or it may make somebody, you know, run away. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens a lot of times when we get in these relationships and all people do it like things that they feel, say you got the pros and the cons and things that you don't want your cons to come out, but you always want your pros to show. You know what I'm saying? You try to suppress them.
You gotta keep your image.
You know what I'm saying? Your image is the performance.
Yeah. That's why I was saying tailor yourself. You tailor yourself to who you think this person wants. And you're not really being yourself. You're not being yourself, really.
I think we come in there telling ourselves who we think
we are.
We are. And who you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a circle. It's a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. And that's where the conflict comes. So the longer we prolong on being honest with ourselves, the longer the relationship gonna be honest.
Yeah. But is it hard? It's hard for people, T, I think, to, like we said before, to be real about it. Like, because if I came into a situation and told a girl, if I just met her and I like her, and I told her, say, you know what, man, from time to time, I be smashing random girls. Sometimes I want to be around you. Sometimes I don't want to be around you. It ain't really got nothing to do with you. It got something to do with me. I do like going out to dinner, but I do want you to pay sometimes. I will buy you gifts on your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really gave somebody that real, boy, they gonna look at you like, why would I jump into a situation with somebody like this? Because they used to people giving the performance. You know what I'm saying? They used to, you know what? Like, I've been around dudes. I've been around dudes who say, you know what? I changed from who I used to be. And this right here, and the whole time I'd be like, man, I'm still a wolf. I'm still a wolf. No. I just don't do certain things anymore. I just don't go to these places no more where it brings the wolf out of me. But I'm still a wolf. You see what I'm saying? And that's the self accountability where I used to be like, man, I got to change from who I am. Like, and really, certain things, certain parts of me will never change. It's just I just stopped doing certain stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You said, son, it ain't to me. Again, I'm gonna speak for me. I don't mind having a performance. You get what I'm saying? Mm. For example, if we had this discussion before as fellas, if y'all was to see my wife out having dinner with somebody.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't found out by my own, I ain't felt nothing suspicious, don't tell me. Let me be a square. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm happy. Yeah. I take it as is that the performance is good for me because I don't want to know the truth because I'm not fully developed to handle the truth. Mm. I'm not mature to handle that truth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's going to be some problem.
Yeah.
Everything going to be over. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be over.
Hey, that's the. But you right. And I think that's what most people want. Most people do not want the real truth. They don't want to know the person that they used to be with, used to suck meat outside the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they're a wife. And you like, damn, if she would have told me she did that type of stuff back then, I would have never married her.
And that's why she performed.
You don't want to know none of that. So it's like they perform for you. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Okay. Well, sound good to me. Come on in my life. Come on over here. It's safe over here. You're right, though.
Joe, what you think, man? Been quiet over there, man.
Keep performing.
Keep performing. I mean, it go both ways. Like people need to give the full thing about it too. You got to respect somebody's space. Yeah. Period. You really need to understand that, you know, the term been going around a lot. It's only your turn. She's not truly yours. He's not truly yours. It's just your turn. You get what I'm saying? You got to understand that is truth to that. Mm-hmm. Give them respect. Hopefully they do what's best by y'all with their time. But the important is what we spend, what we do when we together. To me, you know, some people, to each his own, but I feel like that supersedes everything. The time spent, the energy, what we do when we together is important to me. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Means everything. How we feel when we together, how we move when we together, what you do on your little spare time, free time, like, do you really want to know everything? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, especially Hoppo, going in the
Hoppo don't want to know.
Why? Look, you what, babe? Sure. Every Thursday night, I go in there and tap my knob because
I got to get ready.
I got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I get ready. You know it. You know. I don't know what. I'm getting a little older. I don't be acting right sometimes.
Real ointment on there.
Hey, but
you don't want to tell that truth.
Is that life? Is that life for most people though? Is that life? Do you think
that ain't my life?
Because not your life. I'm saying like I'm saying like when you're in relationships or you in marriages, and you've been together for a long time or whatever it is, and maybe the person don't look like they used to. So is that life though where people tend to give more grace than they do anything to their partner? Like, you know what? He been good to me for all these years. They just do things to just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say sex or whatever. Are they gonna really tell you, well, baby, your belly getting a little big now. You ain't turning me on like you used to, but they still have sex with them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, do people really want to choose? Like, you know what, baby, you getting kind of big. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Can you really tell your person that you with that they don't, they don't really turn you on like that no more? Like, or is it a certain way that you have to say it? Or, you know what, baby, let's start working out on Wednesdays and Thursdays and let's start doing this. Like, People don't want to hear that real truth, man.
That's the truth. These slow niggas be like, man, my old lady don't eat me up no more. Well, nigga, you look slow. You don't work out. You ain't attractive no more to her. You ain't
like melted ice cream over there.
Yeah, you ain't talking to her, get enlighten her with anything. You ain't making her intellectually attracted to you.
Squishy.
Yeah, you know, shit gonna stop. Shit gonna come to a stop. Like you still got to still be that
dude. Yeah,
that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not because we carrying this tie, it go both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It go both ways, you know, because you doing stuff on a reputation. At times, you going to get tired.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing over and over and over again. Over and over again, you could get tired. Put it that way. So you have to put in some type of work. Maybe change things up every now and then or whatever. Because
can't change that knob, though.
Can't change that 3 strokes and gone.
T, what you born with, what you got, T. You born with 5 inches, that's all you gonna have, boy. Ain't no changing there.
You gotta do a little bit more work. You gotta do a little bit more work. You gotta get your little Wilt. You gotta get your little Wilt cream, Hoppo. That's why you chin like that. Get your Wilt cream.
I seen a meme of what the dude said, man, I was down there eating this morning, I was in there stroking it.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You gotta be realistic with yourself. You gotta be realistic. Because your mind gonna tell you one thing, hey baby, you need to mess with me, baby. I'm a real one, I'm a dude. Your body gonna tell you something else, boy. You get up in there and she looking at you like, you started yet.
So you was excited the whole way over there.
Damn, I'm sorry, baby. Damn, I don't know what. I need to drink my orange.
I've been wanting you for a while.
Let me ask y'all this. Are there basic physical needs that a person has to have in order to be 100% fulfilled? Like, can you be all that you can be for a person and they still not being satisfied? And you know what I'm saying? Like, because if we talk about certain experiences in our lives, I won't say fully sexually, but like I've been around women who were married and seemed like they had everything that a married woman would want to have, and still you see them when they out and they thirsty. They trying to get beat down or whatever it is, and it's like, dang, like why would you want to mess up this right here? You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I was thinking at the time. Like, dang, why would you want to? You know what I'm saying? But like, what does a person do in that situation when you not being fulfilled? Like what is is there an answer that like maybe your person just don't hold that like
ain't got nothing to do with that person. That person is yourself, and they not fulfilling themselves. It's the key. You got to cultivate all that stuff within yourself. You don't, then if you looking for it outside, then you're going to be tricking, you're going to be looking, you're going to be searching, and you're never going to be fulfilled.
So she got to deal with that whatever 5, so she got to deal with that 5 inches for the rest of her life. Basically what you're saying.
Yeah, because, basically I think a lot of times, and I done heard some women say too, because it's a mentality. It's some women that deal with it. You see some women that be with people that ain't, and you wonder how. But it's a mentality, and once they step into this, this state, this mental state, they can still enjoy it. They still enjoy it, how they view that person, and it's not really about that. But some people it is. Some people, again, the world is different. So like for anything, some this may matter, say this may matter, but all I can say, that's another topic a woman would have to explain. But I done heard women speak on it a little bit, that it's it all goes into some people, because there's some women that may have not had any orgasm. And there's some women that have multiple a lot. There's a frequency, there's a place that this person haven't learned, haven't discovered on how to understand, or what their body, I don't know. Again, a woman have to speak on that. But all that come into play. There's a spiritual aspect to it that they have to come to, and all that come into play. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, whether it's small or big, you know, it's people that they satisfied with it. Some women say it's too big. Some people say it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Some people say it. That's why the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you got to tap in. I'll say a guy, and you know you're not really attracted to, not attracted to, but just say, you know, at first, like I was saying earlier, when that high is there when you first meet somebody, and that high, that sexual attention, all that stuff is really there when you first meet them because of whatever reasons, and then time goes on, and that fire, a smacking, like, and that fire just went away or is going away because now, dang, we've been missionary for the last 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And we started off the same way, you know, but I know that's a difference or whatever. I'm not trying to go like so on that, but just throwing it out there, like, you know, it take a lot of like you say, you got to find it in yourself to find a way to not say necessarily deal with it, but like to deal with it in a way. Like, it's a natural thing for us to groceries at home and still want to go eat at Ruth Chris. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we just naturally beings like that, but I don't know. It could be any aspect, but
it's funny. It's funny. I think I was having this conversation with Dusty on the phone. I said, it's funny how people be, you'll say you, cause you done been smacking, well, you've been having sex with your partner for a while and you in the store somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You in the store somewhere with your lady and you just walking like ain't nothing going on. But nigga walking by looking at your girl like
she bad.
Bad. You know what I'm saying? You ain't looking at your wife no one time unless y'all speak. Unless y'all speak to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like people be like that, and it be vice versa. You walking and they with they old, they ain't even, you know, they walking and you look around like
straight now. Straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's natural. You know what I'm saying? I know, look.
Harpo.
Look, it was scared. Look. Hell it is. Hey, baby, you know, hey.
Grocery store 4 times a day.
Look, hey.
Now we see why.
Come here, baby. You don't need to go on the other aisle without me. Come on over.
I go solo.
Now it explains why you go to the grocery store and the wife don't.
They had buy one get one free. I had to check out the
boat. And playing pocket pool. He's been playing pocket pool. Let me hurry up before I go back home, man. Let me hurry up before I go back home. Oh, that's too funny.
We just gonna. I was just saying, we're gonna look forward to it. How one of the brothers cut on here and
can't pay no bills by ourselves. T, that's what a relationship for. We can't pay them. You can't pay them bills by ourselves the whole life. That's what a relationship for.
It is
50-50.
Yeah, see, that's 50-50, huh? Oh boy, you see those helpers on the internet, boy. They be,
do I look like?
I look like
I'm gonna pay all your bills? Do I look like I'm gonna pay all your bills?
Hey, you should hear what Cameron take on that too. He was like, "Man, immediately you ugly." He was like, "What you mean? What I look like? Bitch, you look ugly."
It's just
you
shame
saying
you
that like
you
just that bad that you can't go 50-50 with somebody.
But somebody always got to bash somebody that immediately. But it's again to each his own. There's squares out there that do it.
Yeah. And that's who she was talking to. That's who she was talking to.
Yeah, that's who she was talking to. She damn sure wasn't talking to us. Me. I see. I don't know.
I don't know about y'all.
You, Hoppo.
I know what y'all paying, boy. Y'all getting beat on.
Oh, Lord.
Look,
They say
I ain't never paying for gas. Baby, I'm finna go put some gas in your car, baby. All right, hey. You a man, ain't you?
I feel like you testing me.
All wrong.
Of course I'm
Look at
gonna do
Hoppo. Hoppo, I ain't mess with you. I ain't gonna do you like that.
Yeah, don't matter, cause he, you know.
I'm leaving 50-50 over here. Ain't no way.
Baby, he'll take the car, baby. Take the car.
She.
I don't even need my car.
She ain't got no gas. She better know how to push that motherfucker.
As long as I got my hookah, I'm good.
Hey.
I'm gonna fuck around and leave the house before her, so she'll ask me.
Watch out now, Hoppo. Watch out now. Look.
Hey,
I'm gonna say he leave the house.
Hey, my boy here looking like this.
Wait, T. I don't think y'all heard him. He said he leave the house.
He been listening.
Well, I wake up early to get out of the house, especially around the 28th, 29th. Going to the gym early.
This nigga over there being strategic. He been listening to footsteps to see how close they is in the house.
I know they ain't coming up here. Not at night.
Hey,
I'm good.
Before he said,
I'm supposed to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, baby, over there. You gonna send a text. I'm going to the gym. It's 29th. You know you're gonna ask for some money. Tell him out of here. Oh, y'all here.
Yeah, you
Going to camp.
I got you. All right, well, till next time, then.
My shit about to go dead over here.
yes, sir. Washed Up Podcast, JY, Dirt Dig, the show,
Yes, sir.
Cuase. We out. Yes.